Yeah, but yeah, then I feel like, oh, hello, hello, hello. We're just always yakking. You never know when you're going to go live. Sometimes there's a delay, and sometimes, boom, you're right on. So
Well, and there's
tonight it was,
always the delay at the end when you're smiling like this. Is it going to turn off? Is it going to
oh,
turn
yeah,
off?
there's always delay at the end. So you look like
Yeah.
a big goofball. But, anyways, hello, vibe of the week, Monday nights. I'm lighting my honker. Come on, honker, get going.
And
For those of you
it's
who have not seen my honker, this is my honker.
incredibly large piece of sage. Like
But it
who
was
ever thought,
the,
let me make a broom, you know.
but it is definitely the aroma that I was going for, and I couldn't help it. All they had was none or the honker, so I opted for the
Yeah.
honker, and it's all good. It's all good.
Hi Sue, hi Robin.
Hey, Zoo,
Um,
hi, Robin.
it's an
All right.
interesting report for this week, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what we're talking
And
about.
that's Jackie and Sean. Hi.
Hi,
The
Jackie.
FU
Sean.
person is Jackie. So
Okay.
um
Yeah.
so the reason we say that, Jackie, is it comes up Facebook user. There's a
Oh,
permission
so
you
it's
have to give, but it
business
doesn't always
FU.
come up. So I can see you online, so I know who you are, but it comes up as um, Facebook user.
FU.
So Sage was not going to be my first guess. No, no, no. It
I
does
know.
have.
Penny says it's
It
my
doesn't
broom.
remember. It does. It looks like a broom. It does resemble a big old stogie, though. You know. Yeah. So
Okay. Anyways. All right. So we were talking about the energy this week, and I was just talking about how it. I'm surprised I did not pull the ebb and flow card tonight, and maybe I will because I'm not done pulling cards because it's been very much that way for me. But yet a calm in the center. Yeah, it's like a sandwich. You're up here flowing, and then you got your center, and then you're ebbing, or I don't know.
and
That don't even make
and
no sense. But
Amy was saying that a lot of people have been talking about it's like been in the birth canal, and this has not been a push. This has been, uh, and we kind of agreed, more like a molting, like
yeah,
you're
well,
letting.
they've been saying more like a squeeze, like you've been kind of in there, ready to come
and
out. But
and uh, yeah, and they
yeah.
showed it to me more like the snake skin or
Mhm.
the things that molt, and a dragonfly. Oh, I found a dragonfly that just kind of leaves his whole old skin on the side
Yeah.
and emerges, still very much themselves,
Yeah.
only bigger and better and brighter. And that's kind of what the energy is. But it's
Yeah.
a
Snake shedding the skin. Yeah, just
yeah.
it's the new. It's the newness, and it's just kind of trying to
See, a perfect dragonfly was
yeah,
waiting for me
trying
today.
to trying to get the feel for the new. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. And so I definitely thought we needed some earth cards because not only have I been hearing about a lot of people using the birth analogy, I've just been hearing a lot of messages about the earth and Gaia, and I feel that too, though, just because I'm a Taurus, so I'm very connected to that, and so there's been a lot of earth uh, energy I feel around. So when I was pulling these cards, it really felt like it's interesting because it felt like almost a sacred, like Native American kind of feel, like vibe that I was getting, like um, how everything revolved around the earth, way back then. All of their um, symbols and all their ritual, you know what I'm saying? Just it was all
Yeah, this
revolving
is
around the earth.
You know what? You're right. This is sweat lodge kind of energy where you're sitting in the still and you're just sitting with it and
Yeah.
it's sweating or whether you call it being birthed, molting. It's warm and it's perspiring because you're getting bigger and
Yeah.
it's a,
Yeah.
it's a, it's a stillness getting ready to flow. Like,
Wilting sounds about right to me. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, tell us what you think in the comments, but that's really what it's feeling like. But the first card that came out, in a lot of water energy, which is emotional energy, and I've been feeling that, again, the ebb and the flow and then the calm, creamy center. So it's like I don't know what's happening,
Well,
but I've just
it's
been
almost like we row out to the lake and we let the look at it and then let the current look where we're going and then we
yeah.
follow that way.
Well, so the first earth card I got was lake and stillness. And this is a beautiful card. And I feel like this is important because I think this is going to be required of us. So there is going to be a component of being still and letting everything just acclimate and just getting into that new energy and how is that going to feel for me? And what is that going to mean for me? Almost I'm feeling like we're gaining some insight into that, so we're going to be in that stillness. But then I got the river, which is also a body of water, and another beautiful card, but this is movement. Okay, but before you can have the movement, you need to have the stillness. So it really feels like the stillness, the clarity, the calmness is going to bring in the movement. But yet, look at this card. This isn't a rapids. This isn't a fast moving river. Although there's movement in a river, there always is. It's not a fast flowing river. Again, it feels like, just like Kitty said, you're kind of just gliding along and letting the current take you where you need to be, and that's what those cards were meaning. And then I'm going to pull another card. I pulled those cards before, and then it said, okay, then whoa, and then I need another one. Oh, no, of course, dawn, new beginning. Okay, so you have your stillness, and then you're going to have some movement down the river, which is going to take you to that new beginning. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. Kind of saying, like, oh, what does this mean for me? And it's not going to mean the same thing for everyone. Everyone's going to feel it a little differently. Everyone's going to, it's going to bring something different to everyone. And so you just kind of gotta get on the river and let it float you down to the beautiful place where the new beginning starts. And I love this right here. Whoops, right here. That beautiful yellow light that's coming through, that golden yellow light that's bringing you through. And then Metatron said clarity is needed for this week. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. In the stillness is where you find the clarity. And this is also a beautiful card because of all that light that's coming down from above, all that information that's coming into you. And you have been receiving it. And now you're sitting with it. And it's weird, but like the word that keeps coming up to me is like it's simmering, or it's you let something stew, or you let something simmer, or you get all the flavors throughout when you're cooking something. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like. We've had a lot of energy coming, and now we're just kind of letting it simmer and acclimating to it. And also this week is we got communication. So speak up and be heard. So yeah, there's a lot of communication going on there. So still getting that clarity. What is it that you need to communicate about yourself, or what kind of communication are you getting in, that you are, again, that almost feels like that new energy that's coming in. You might be getting some communication from your guides, from spirit. And so, um, you know, in the stillness is where some of that comes in. But also, then, how is that going to then figure in your own life? And like, what are you going to say to yourself about it? And what are you gonna do with this new energy? How are you going to communicate what it means for you? Because in the end, I love this number 16, gold, cup of replenishment. And if you can look really closely, if I can get it, you can see the
Infinity sign.
gosh, why couldn't I think of that word? All of a sudden, it kind of flew out of my head. The infinity sign. So infinite possibilities, energies that are coming in for you, that are changing us. I feel like we're there's changes physically, there's changes mentally and spiritually. All this stuff is in that little stew that's simmering, and because this is the end result, that cup of replenishment, that infinity sign, that golden chalice that you're going to partake from. And wow, that goes along with your new beginning. And I just love those cards because they do feel like that calm kind of quiet, but there's going to be the ebb and the flow. And so you're just going to ride the river. There's no rapids, there's no fast moving energy, but you're just going to ride the river and let the current take you downstream, because this is what awaits for you. This and this, your new beginning, and the cup of replenishment. So I love these cards. They just, I don't know, they just feel really, really good. But anyways, Kitty, tell us what the stars have to say.
Well, we're in the inner tube.
Going down
It's
the
not
river in the inner tube.
an inner tube or the inflatable. It's not meant for rapid. It's not meant for, it's that is the energy. It's the stillness. It was funny because both Amy and I, when we got on, what do you feel like this week is? And both of us went like this.
Yeah, the same hand gesture, which I thought was really funny.
That it's a stillness, because there are many, many things. We're at the end of the Cancer season. On the 22nd, we move into Leo, and Leo is our engine. It is who we are. It is the sun. So we've moved through this time of heart. Hi, Mary. We've moved through this time of heart, and this on the 22nd, we move to the time of head, and it's about that alignment. There's no accident. Of course, they come in order. We lead with our heart, and we align our head to it. And so we're kind of floating in this stillness, just waiting for things that are coming up, inconveniences, irritations, funny memories. It's a time where things are floating by us in the river. We're dragging our hands, and some of it we want, and some of it we're watching. This is a week of observing. Yesterday on Sunday, Venus moved from her flirty Gemini self into Cancer. And for 2 days, Venus and Mars, who most of the year have been traveling together, they're now the timelines are separating, travel in Cancer, Mercury, but then Mercury is moving on to Leo. Mercury is moving on to the sun. So it's been communicating about the heart. It's going to communicate until tomorrow. It is tomorrow. So it's had 2 days where the head and the heart the head was also talking to the heart. And now the communication is getting ready to move in for that head. So that's what we're talking about. We're kind of in this stillness place, but seeing where the current now is taking us. Where are our thoughts? Where is our energy? headed to. Um, and that's going to happen on the 19th that we see that Leo energy appear tomorrow. And so then our communication is going to be taking all of this information that we've got from the heart and get the head ready, because on the 22nd, and the 22nd is an 11, when you just do the 7 and the 22. And so these are master builders, master teacher numbers, and it's Leo, and you're going to feel it. This is going to be a feeling week, and you assigning thoughts to it. And I think that that's why the stillness is so important, so that it leads you the way you want to go, versus often all these different directions. But you got to get to the middle of the lake before you see where the current takes you down the river.
Right.
So it is a time to sit with things and shed the skin and see what parts have grown as we get ready for this Leo energy. And then, just on the 20th itself, it's very interesting because our structures are working with all this new energy, and it's being things happen. It's the being, verbs of being. I am, we are, am, is, are, was, were, be, been. So on the 20th,
The teacher
I know
remembers that.
I actually remember it because I loved the concept of the verb. Being alive is the verb of being. And so we're going to celebrate all this week of being, and it's going to see where it's carried you. It's time to, you're going back to some big conjunctions that happened earlier through the 2020s. And this week is like a microcosm of those things, but not to stress ourselves, feel and sit with it, and then get ready for the thoughts that are coming forward, because it is a day of change once we come into that Leo energy. And then that Gemini moon steps forward to help us look at the experience of, that's our personal thought planet that steps forward by the 23rd. And lovely energies that day. Mercury is working really well with this expansion energy, and Pluto is working with the expansion, and so is that moon in Gemini working with Mercury. So we're communicating about what we're expanding and what we're changing, and we're able to kind of get our head clear about it and wrap around it so that we can communicate it. So overall, don't be surprised if things show up this week and you find yourself like itchy and trying to shed something. Just sit with it and let it go. So it's coming forward. So
when you kept talking about thoughts, I'll have to show you the card that you're talking about it, and I'm shuffling and this card kind of flies out. But the first card that I got for our final messages are be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself. Absolutely.
All right. I hear Danny Kaye. Be yourself, or else you'll always be a nobody. So it's the verb of being. Be.
So yeah, I mean, like as you were saying these things, all these cards are popping out, but definitely be yourself, because I think that's a huge message for us.
Mm-hmm.
And not that there's anything wrong with yourself. Just be, be yourself.
Sit with it. Embrace all the parts.
What do I need to change? What do I need to do?
All the parts of you. See where you're being carried. Yeah, be.
Yes. And then you kept talking about thoughts, and this one popped out. Thoughts create your reality. And so I had to start. That's why I started kind of laughing as you were talking about that, because I thought, oh, what are you just talking about? You're talking about all these thoughts that are going to come up, about these thoughts about things from your past, about where you're going, all this kind of stuff. So your thoughts create your reality. So if you can stay in that be yourself energy, then you're creating the reality through your thoughts of what it is that you really want to bring forth in your life. And then the last card that I was told to look at the bottom of the deck, is you're here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We're all here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. And I think what I love about that card and ending with that card is I think that we're starting to get some of the clarity of what that reason is. It feels like we're starting to go, oh, yeah, you know what? We are all here for a reason. Not maybe the whole reason, but you might be starting to go, I'm understanding some of these things that are going on, why they're happening, and how that is playing into my reason or my purpose. So again, I love these cards. I love this
Yeah,
message.
because it
Beautiful.
this week is that alignment of head and heart, and it is your mind is getting ready to hear what the heart has been working through. But it's all of those. I am, was. You're looking at the was, all of those parts of being. And this is, I was talking to Chrissy Newman about that today. Um, this is a time where we're sending it ahead. Not only have we been working with our ancestors, but we're
Mm,
now sending that energy ahead. Next week is a big, it's really a week from Sunday, big conjunction we're getting ready for, that a
mhm.
lot of this last 6 weeks, we've been talking about this. This is very karmic in changing, but it's not just karma, what I've done, it's karma of what I'm going to create forward.
Right. And that goes beautifully with this card. Your thoughts create your
Create your
reality.
reality.
What
Yeah.
are you sending ahead? What are you thinking about? What are you trying to bring forth? You
Yep.
know, so and you're here for a reason. That's the whole part of it too. It's becoming clear for some of us, you know, we're starting to get that clarity. Again, these cards in the stillness, you're getting clarity. They're all talking about, you know, all of that which is aligning with the stars and stuff as well. And so again, it's just I like I can't I keep saying that I love this message and I love this feeling. It feels like a warm cookie.
It does. It's,
It just feels like a warm cookie. Like,
it's Paula's messages from the lake. It's I am. It is all of those things where we sit with it, comfortable,
yeah,
uncomfortable, and just accept to be.
yeah,
What does it mean to be?
yes,
So,
yes.
and I know you're all going, or not to be. That is the question.
Oh
So,
no. You know
yeah.
what? That's funny because that didn't even occur to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. M is, are, was,
Yeah.
were, be, been.
I love it
So,
though. I love this message. I think that this is great energy. Think about some of the things we said, embrace some of those things this week. I think that stillness is going to be really important. That clarity is going to be really important. That feeling that you don't have to rush or forge ahead really fast on the river, but you can float. You can
see
just
where the
float.
current's taking you right now. It's a
Huh?
pause. See where that current is taking you right
Yes,
now. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
So, it is. It's a very. Whew. So, look
Yes.
at. I've got a halo in front of me behind me. Isn't
Oh,
that?
you do.
Mhm.
You are an
She's
angel.
got her magic wand in her hand too.
I do.
So
I like
anyway,
that. I like to have stuff in my hand. So
I'm Kitty.
I'm Amy J.
And this is the vibe of the week. Thursday night, we are going to be hopping on with a gentleman named Daniel, who's going to be talking to us about a symposium he's putting on about channeling. We've actually been invited to be presenters at it, and he's going to come talk to us a little bit about it. And it's Saint Kitty, not in my best day. By the way, I said that because somebody wrote that comment.
Yeah.
And so,
Sue.
it'll be yeah, it'll be 8 o'clock. And it'll be interesting to hear about the symposium. It's free, and you can get recordings of it, but it's coming in August, so he's going to come talk to us about it. So I'll put up a poster, but and if you didn't have a chance to watch Claire Lily's last week, watch the
Oh,
replay.
she's a
It was
delight.
great. Yeah,
She's a delight. Okay,
yeah.
and I have one more announcement. Talk about warm cookie. I'm going to be a grandma again. I'm going to be a grandma again.
Yes,
I
she
don't
is.
know any of the details. It's fairly new. I don't know if boy or girl. It doesn't matter. But in the spring, another little bundle's coming. So I'm really excited. So
She's going to be a tired grandma.
look, I already am a tired grandma. Those kids wear me the heck out. I can spend about 4 hours. 4 hours is my max. And I literally feel like I'm
Yes, Sue.
been working out, like I've been to the gym, like I've done some self-defense, and yet my ass is being kicked. I'm not very good at it. It just
So
wears me out.
congratulations, Amy.
Thank you.
And Amy and I have already had a guess what this one is going to be. That's Jackie said
Yeah.
congrats. Robin said congrats.
Thank you.
So
Yes, Sue. It finally made it. We've been feeling it. I
so,
told her a couple weeks ago. I said, I think you're already pregnant. She goes, No, I'm not, Mom. But
so anyway,
anyway,
thank you all for coming. This is
thanks
the vibe
everybody.
of the week.
All
We'll
right.
see if you're on Thursday, and have a wonderful week. Enjoy the stillness. Doesn't mean things aren't going to come up, but it's all in the stillness in a
Yeah.
retrospect. Yeah.
Float, babies. Float down that river.
Get that inner tube out
Yeah.
and just be.
Float. And
Yeah.
then have a little cooler floating beside you. No.
Well, have water, because you should have water and
Uh-oh.
not necessarily drink in the lake or the ocean, especially the ocean. So,
Oh God, we were just really getting off on the tangent. Okay,
all
thank
right.
you everyone for the congratulations. All right, we'll see you next time on Vibe of the Week. Hopefully, see you Thursday.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Aloha.
Oi.
Oi. Yep.